Stop.
Welcome to the team, Pauline.
What did you actually learn? Anything?
That he wants 5%.
I don't think he's going to get it.
I'll pick it from Sky. I'll pick it from Sky.
With that fight going short, we do have some chance to show you some bonus action from a little earlier on. The return of Cool Hand and Luke Campbell.
So first bell 6 scheduled here between Luke Campbell in the blue and white and Troy James in the white and yellow. James has come in at 10 stone 7 pounds. It was quite a late notice job. Campbell at 9 stone 11.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Title against Sergei Lipinets not that long ago, and we really thought that he would vacate the WBC lightweight title and continue at 140 pounds, but he's gone the other way around, which is not really what anybody was expecting, and let's face it, probably not what anyone in the lightweight division was really wanting.
No, I think everyone in the lightweight division was glad to see the back of him, but yeah, no, strange move, he's back down, but it's a tough fight, Mikey Garcia, for anyone, and like I say, Luke Campbell loses a very close fight to Linares. A lot of people thought he won that fight. I thought it could have gone either way, really, but he's, like I say, no one looking to give Luke Campbell a world title. He's really, if he does become world champion by beating Mikey Garcia or a rematch with Linares, he really has beaten one of the top fighters in the world. Good body shots going in there from Campbell.
He's got those sharp hands, hasn't he? Always has had. Right hand there from James, just caught on the forearms by Campbell, and this is a keep busy job for him. We know about Troy James, and I think he'll have been pleased himself when he saw his name, because he may be able to take him some rounds and just keep that ring rust, which I don't think is any kind of an issue for him at 30 years old, but just keep that at bay.
Yeah, well, he has experience, James. He's, you know, like I say, fought for British title before, and he's had plenty of fights, been around a long time, knows how to look after himself. But marking up already around the right eye of Troy James. Campbell, very accurate puncher. Not the heaviest concussive one-punch puncher, but hits hard and solid enough.
Final 30 seconds of round 1, and just laying back there, Campbell, and whipping that left hand up the middle. Didn't quite catch James with it. If he had, he would have had a serious problem, the man from Coventry.
Yeah, switching attacks from body to head. Throwing that straight left to the body behind the double jab, and then switching it upstairs.
Round 2.
Campbell in that southpaw stance, moving that front glove, just popping it out, looking to try and measure the distance. James with a serious height and reach disadvantage here, but that won't be anything new to him. That's been the case his whole career.
Yeah, in fact, Andy, I think he's even staying lower to make it even awkward for Luke Campbell to hit him.
Another fight for Campbell that people have been talking about and will continue to talk about, as Campbell just gets on the front foot there. The left hand just seemed to catch James as he was on his way past these.
Really raining the shots in now. There's that left uppercut to the pit of the stomach again. That was the shot that started the attack.
Left hand there, another left hand just sneaks in behind the elbow, and James has got to try and avoid that kind of three-quarter range. He needs to get in close. If anything, he needs to be right out of range or right up close. Easy for me to say, but if he gets caught on the end of those left hands to the body, then it's going to be a problem. Good right hand there for James, though.
Yeah, you're right, Andy, though. He can't afford to get caught in that mid-range distance, getting, you know, in the firing line of Luke Campbell. He's either got to be out of range or he's got to get in quickly, close the distance with his feet and get in on top of Luke where he's safe, like he is now. You know, he's going to be untidy, he's going to be scrappy, but that's how he's going to survive this fight. He cannot afford to get caught in that mid-distance where Luke Campbell can just tee off him. He's so good at putting combinations together.
Well, I was talking about another potential fight for Campbell for people to talk about, and that's him against Anthony Crolla. Both well ranked with the WBA, but with the WBA there's a small matter of Linares against Lomachenko next week, which is about as mouth-watering as fights get. We did think we might see Campbell Crolla a bit earlier in the year, but there's no particular rush for that one just at the moment.
Good shot there from Luke Campbell, walking onto a big left hook. Oh, these shots are hurtful coming in from Luke Campbell.
He had his back to us there, James, and he just looked like he was slightly unsteady, like he was wobbled a little bit. Jeff Hines telling Luke Campbell to keep his shots up, and that was very borderline. It seems to be on the belt, really.
I thought that was a good body shot. But yeah, he seems to have found another gear here now, Luke Campbell, putting shots together. Seems to have found his range, and he's putting combinations together off the jab, really sinking those body shots in. Face all marked up now of Troy James.
Final few seconds of round number 2. And he's going to need all his experience, I think, to negotiate another 4 here. James, right hand to the body at that time. And good left hand to the head, and down goes James in the red corner right above us as the bell goes.
That was off the uppercut. It was a left uppercut, right hook combination that caused the knockdown. But yeah, looks to have kicked into another gear here now, Luke Campbell.
Well, it was such a sharp, well-delivered shot. He's right above us, James, in that corner.
Yeah, we'll just see him here. He's using the feint, kind of just trying to draw him. There it is. Left uppercut, right hook, around the back of the ear, caused the knockdown. Yep, another angle again here now. It's the uppercut, and then the right hook, right around the back of the ear, caused the knockdown. Good shot, really good, really sharp, accurate punching from Luke Campbell. It's causing a reddening along the face of Troy James. He's actually doing okay and surviving. You know, he took the fight short notice. He doesn't look in the best of shape, but he's having a go.
Round 3.
Into the third, Campbell looking to quick through the gears maybe in this third round and keep James under some kind of concerted pressure. He's been accurate right from the off.
Yeah, he's accurate. He didn't take long to find his range, but now he's actually putting the hurt on Troy James. These are hard shots, solid punches going through now. Body shots, head shots, really mixing them up well.
I was talking to Campbell just before the press conference on Thursday. He had a bit of time to spare, so we had a good 10-15 minutes just to chew over the kind of world scene. He feels that the weakest champion of the 4 is Ray Beltran. He's got the WBO belt. He's not actually ranked in the top 15 of the WBO, Campbell. It's curious the way the systems work with individual governing bodies. That can soon change, though.
Yep, so he's looking for that body shot again. Really whips it underneath and round the side. And then he switches the attack upstairs just when he has his opponent hurt to the body.
Fencing with a jab, Campbell. Missed a couple of times with it. James looking for a right hand, just backing up. Campbell pins him on the ropes, looks for the left hand straight down the middle.
Yep, solid punches coming in from Campbell.
Good advice from the corner away to our right for James, telling him to keep moving that head. Campbell with a step to the right-hand side, looking to try and find that left hand down the middle. Went for the chest that time, landed it.
Yeah, I think James has to stay low, keep moving his head, try and be as awkward a target as possible. Because Luke Campbell on decent form here, good accuracy, good shot selection, good variety, really driving in the body shots. Just trying to walk him onto the uppercut there, not quite landing cleanly.
into the final 30 seconds of round 3. They're scheduled for 6.
He's got good variety on that backhand, hasn't he, Luke Campbell? He can approach straight to the body, he can loop it underneath, he whips it around the side to the head. Really good variety of that backhand.
He's done pretty well in this round, though, James. Difficult finish to the previous round where he got knocked down, but he's got through that one. So into the second half of this one, scheduled for 6. Luke Campbell in the blue and white, Troy James in the white and yellow. Campbell just driving his man back towards the red corner with a straight left hand.
I would expect James to find it more difficult now in these next 3 than the first 3. You know, the first 3 rounds, you can kind of bluff your way through it a little bit. You're experienced, you're cute, you've got a bit of ability. You've shown lots of feints, plenty of movement, but now we're into the second half. A little bit fatigue kicks in. He's took it a short notice, and Campbell's found his range. I expect him to feel more comfortable now and really start putting punches together and to start going through the gears. Oh, big right hook there.
Lovely right hand there from Campbell, and down James went over on the far side of the ring. Cuffing blow just round the back of the guard again.
Yeah, I was just saying, Andy, expect these next 3 rounds to be a lot longer than the first 3, or to certainly to feel that way. Expect Luke Campbell to really kind of go for it now.
And there's a long way to go in this round as well, just under 2 minutes, so he doesn't have to rush anything here. He can take his time. Good left hand there again from Campbell.
Hard shots going in there, good accuracy from Campbell. I think James will be doing well to see it through these next 3 rounds.
A snappy one too, but he used the ropes well there, James. He just took his weight back. It didn't have too much left on it by the time it landed.
Yeah, he's moving with more urgency now, though, James. You know, he's felt some solid shots. Campbell, good body shots going in again there from Campbell. He's found his range. He's hurting on a couple of occasions, obviously caused the knockdowns. And when he is moving now, James, you know, there's a lot more urgency in it.
Well, that quality from Campbell, that ability to go upstairs, downstairs, understandably is giving James a lot of problems. He hit him with body shots early in the fight, and he's knocked him down with a couple of head shots, and the gloves have come back up to the head, and then Campbell will go back down to the body. This is a tough job. He knew it would be when he took it at pretty short notice, so real credit to James for that, and he's biting down and just trying to stick in there at the minute.
Yeah, really toughing it out, showing a lot of pride, because these are crisp, accurate, hard shots coming in from Campbell. Oh, lands a big right hook there, James. But I think Luke Campbell landed a right hook to the pit of the stomach at exactly the same time.
Campbell again just marches across the ring, trying to tee up that left hand, just touching with the right hand. But James, taking a big gulp of breath, just gets his way out of the corner. Chopping down with the left hand there. Campbell goes to the body with the right. Bell goes at the end of the 4th, and Troy James just takes his stool above us. Campbell saunters back to his blue corner. I think this is what he would have needed and wanted, which is some rounds.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it's took him a while, but he's starting to go through the gears now. He found his lovely chopping, short, quick right hook there around the back of the ear. It was like a straight left, no, he feinted it, sorry, in a short right hand, feinted the jab, and then a short right hand, lead right hook, landed on the chin. Oh no, sorry, around the back of the ear, just underneath the ear, as you can see in the replay there of Troy James. But that was an impressive round, some good work there from Luke Campbell. Yeah, Troy James has taken a short notice, he's very much surviving, but nonetheless, Luke Campbell is looking impressive when he's putting his shots together, and he needed it, you know, as a force since September, since that fight since Linares. You know, it's a fight short notice for both men, so yeah, but it's exactly what he needed.
James comes straight to the centre of the ring and looks to bomb with a big overhand right. He's trying to give Campbell something to think about here.
Yeah, I think James will do okay for the first minute of the round while he's had the rest. His legs are a bit fresher, and he can. Oh, good body shot there from Campbell to the pit of the stomach. But like I said, I think James might be able to get through the first minute fairly. Oh, good backhand, snapping the head back of James.
I saw the sweat come spraying off the head of James there. It was just a classic straight southpaw backhand. Didn't travel all that far, very accurate. Just touching to the body there, Campbell, looking to try and vary up the heaviness of these punches.
James just trying to keep moving, trying to keep being a moving target, make life difficult for Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell cutting the ring off, pinning him against the ropes. Once that's not where Troy James wants to be, when he's backed up to the ropes. That's where Luke Campbell can find his range, touch him with the jab, and then really put the combinations together.
Trying to keep that head on the move there, James, slipping away to his left-hand side, but then just walked onto one, backed up into the red corner, but immediately tries to find a route out, but legs looked a little bit wobbly there as he came forward, James. Heading up towards the final minutes of round 5. James just trying to ditch a right hand into the body, made contact with it.
Yeah, and he's doing well. He's staying low, he's keeping the head moving. But it's when he gets stationary and gets static and kind of pinned on the ropes.
And referee Jeff Hines has stepped in and waved this one over, feeling that there was too much being landed on James, who doesn't really complain. I thought I might have seen a bit of a protest from him there, but that was hard for him. There were plenty of punches getting through. Their crisp, sharp shots, probably more damaging and more painful than they may appear. But the reaction from James there in the corner too, I think, told the story. Sometimes you'll see people have a bit of a scream up when their man stopped, but there was nothing.
No argument there, no protest from the corner or the fighter. I think they, you know, the ref had seen enough. It was getting a little bit of a one-sided beatdown, wasn't it? I mean, it had been from the get-go, but sometimes you've seen enough, and I think that's where it got to with the referee. And James not complaining, and neither was the corner. So yeah, probably a good stoppage all round.
I did wonder at the end of 4 rounds if maybe the corner would start to think about it, but he was doing pretty well in that 5th round, James. But Jeff Hines, I couldn't criticise him for that. As soon as a fight is no longer competitive, or it's not competitive enough, then I think the referee is correct just to bring a halt to it. Yeah,
and especially when the one of them is particularly shipping a lot of punishment. And Luke Campbell didn't look like stopping him or knocking him out, but he was hurting him. He'd knocked him down a few times, he'd winded him, and those shots were pretty solid that he was raining in on him.
Luke, sometimes those late notice opponents and late notice jobs can be hard work, but were you determined to put on a performance tonight?
That was exactly what I wanted. I think he needed to be a welterweight to take them shots. You know, I caught him with some nice shots, and I've seen him several times sucking up, and he was a very tough guy, and you can see why he's done so well in the boxing.
You've shed the rust now, so what's next, and who do you want next?
For me, my number 1 fight's against Ivan Mendy. You know, I've got unfinished business there, and it's at big stakes this time, and you know, I need to clean my record now, and I want that fight, number 1 fight, and it's a big fight.
Eddie, can you deliver that? And what is the situation with Luke moving forward with both the WBC and the WBA, where he's highly ranked?
Well, he's highly ranked with everybody. He's in a great position. That was just what he needed tonight. It's been a long time since he fought Linares, end of last September, so good to get some rounds. The WBC have ordered him against Ivan Mendy, which is a rematch he wants. It's also a final eliminator for the Mikey Garcia, who could be moving on, might be staying, we don't really know, but there's a good chance that Luke against Mendy will be for the full title. Worst way, he's final eliminator, but that's the fight he wants. Got about another 10 days of negotiations before purse bids, and looking to make that towards the end of the summer.
Sounds good to you?
I'm very excited about it, and it was, you know, this is my first time this year I've been out, and I've been watching all the shows and every weekend, and I'm like, I need to get out. So I've been on Eddie's case, and he's come through as normal, and he's got me on this show, so thank you, Eddie, and leave the rest up to me.
Welcome back.